Welcome back, everyone, to the 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships. My name is Dylan Kimlin, and we are about to go live with our gold medal for the men's open doubles division, as we are here at KDV Sports in Gold Coast. On our left side, we have, well, this is a good old-fashioned Major League Pickleball Australia event. We have the Sydney Smash taking on the Fast Fours. So on the left, we have Joey Wild and Mitchell Hargreaves. And their opposition, Lucas Pascoe and George Wall. This is going to be an elite game. Very exciting here at KDV. While they're warming up, I just want to give you all some stats. So, for the open men's doubles, Joey Wild is currently the #1 ranked player in Australia. His partner, Mitchell Hargreaves, is currently the 3rd ranked open men's singles player. Joey Wild is the 4th open men's singles player. When we look at their open mixed doubles category, Joey Wild and Mitchell Hargreaves are currently 1 and 2 in the open mixed doubles category. So fair to say these two know how to play. They know how to get on the podium. Their opposition, George Wall. He is the 5th open mixed doubles player as well. And what an amazing game he had in that semi-final that Adam and I just called. Adam has gone for a walk somewhere, so he'll be here soon enough, no doubt about it. But we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. It's been a lot of fun covering everything for you. If you're in the player village, hello everyone. We hope you're enjoying yourself as well as the KDV Sports Bar and Lounge. So we can see Margot Trednick will be calling this game. This will be 3 games to 11, win by 2. Should we get to a 3rd game, the players will swap at 6, utilising the Franklin X40s. Franklin, the official ball of Pickleball Australia. Now, the gentlemen were allowed to have a bit of a break, considering that Lucas Pascoe and George Wall did just finish their game, but they've just opted to immediately hop on the court. When official Trednick asked Joey and Mitchell whether they wanted a bit of a warm-up, they just said, yeah, a couple of minutes will do. So these two, cool as a cucumber. And let me tell you, if you haven't had the chance of seeing Joey Wild and Mitchell Hargreaves play before, these two are incredible at the game of pickleball. It's going to be an interesting one, considering George Wall really had to fire there at that last portion of the semi-final against Ollie Gray and Andy Horridge to take over the game. We'll see whether the same will be said for this game, because George Wall is such an elite player all round, but I think it's going to come down to Lucas Pascoe. He's sort of the X factor, the enigma in this sort of game. We already know what to expect from Hargreaves and Wild. They're just going to come out and ball out, and they are the definition of consistency, these two. And that's why they've performed so well on the stats page. But the gentlemen are just having a chat here with official Trednick. And these guys all know what to expect. Look how much they tower over Margot. Slight height change between these two. But a lot of fun to be had on these courts. These players are all well respected within the Australian pickleball community, and they respect each other quite a lot as well. That is definitely something we should bring up within the Australian pickleball community, is the general camaraderie, the sportsman and sportswomanship that we see on our courts. We had our para events, or our hybrid events rather, today, and our split age categories yesterday. And needless to say, the sport of pickleball is really thriving here in Australia, and we're so glad you can join us in the broadcasts. It looks like we are more or less ready to go, and we can jump onto centre court here at KDV for our men's open doubles gold medal. Lucas Pascoe to serve, 0-0. Adam Hall, how are we, mate? Jumping into the booth, ready to go.
0-0-1. Feeling really excited for this one, actually, Dylan. Sure, you would have mentioned in opening remarks there, we've got our defending champions here in Mitchell Hargreaves and Joey Wild. Of course, 2023 Australian Pickleball champions. Players on court looking to take that title. George Wall and Lucas Pascoe did in style in 2 games there in that semi-final clash. They came from behind, 4-9 down in that second game. And this will be high-velocity pickleball, folks. Joe Wild, of course, grabbing a gold medal yesterday in our split age category. We spoke about it in the first session at the very start in the morning, how much that gold medal meant to him to play with one of Australian pickleball's favourites in Doc Martin. So if Joey can win this event, it's going to be his second gold medal of the championships. There's a couple more that he's after too, with the mixed doubles format happening tomorrow as well as singles on Monday.
Oh, Joey Wild and the reset. The ball's still live. Defense, Pascoe, elite.
Well, the ATP backhand from Wild, the defense from Lucas Pascoe. What more could you want? This is a gold medal match. This is the best of the best in Australian pickleball.
And the hands are flying hard. George Wall finishing that down the left.
And an interesting little speed up there from Pascoe to Wild. Wild was ready for it. The odd man out was Mitch Hargreaves. He was the last line of defense there, and it just blew straight past him.
Oh, George Wall taking it on. Got to say, the strategy here from Wild and Hargreaves, deliberately targeting that left side. And multiple shots going towards George Wall. Handles it with ease. Flicking it down the baseline.
And that ball sails long and wide, unfortunately. Second server now, George Wall, to bring us back into play.
Ooh. Hargreaves pulling the trigger, that just goes wide.
Oh, what a backhand there from Joey Wild. All shot makers in this one, Dylan. This gold medal match at the 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships.
Joey Wild is the pinnacle of Australian pickleball, considering how well he is ranked across the scene, but also just his demeanour on court. Once he fires himself up, good luck. Mitchell Hargreaves to bring it in, 2-4. George Wall taking Hargreaves on.
We should say both, oh sorry, not both, all very tall men, Dylan. Certainly a little taller than you and I.
Yep.
So anything hit high is waist height for them.
Oh, look at that. That is an Ernie into an ATP. But was it called out?
It wasn't called out. It looked very out to me though, Dylan. And Lucas Pascoe, not sure what he thought, but that ball was called in, and a highlight for Joey Wild.
Yeah, how often do you have an Ernie into an ATP reset? 4-3. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. This medal providing the goods. I'm not entirely sure how he pulled that reset off, but it worked, so we won't question it.
Well, it was kind of ricochet off the paddle. He sort of spoon-fed it back. And a nice exchange there, Dylan. Fast hands at the net. No real tactical strategy that we can see right now. It's just all-out pickleball.
Yep. Pascoe getting himself involved, and let's talk about this. We're seeing Joey Wild actively taking on Lucas Pascoe, and we're seeing George Wall doing the same for Mitchell Hargreaves. This is elite pickleball, exciting times here at KDV. And with all this front-on-front action, Adam, it's surprising that we haven't seen more Ernie attempts. Like plucking petals off a flower, George Wall flicking it down to the right side.
Well, if you want to see some Ernie attempts, I'd put some money on Joey Wild, folks. Just keep an eye on the Wild thing. Smooth mover around the court. Nice close contest here. 6-3-1. Wall and Pascoe have the lead. And that ball was struck hard by Hargreaves. Nice work there by Wall just to exploit the switching that needed to take place from Hargreaves coming from one side of the court to the next.
Oh, I was going to say, there's no way Lucas Pascoe is getting that back. Chicken wing of the highest degree. And we mentioned it earlier, Wild actively taking Pascoe on with these front-on hands battles. And they seem to be going to the forehand side of Lucas Pascoe. He has a tremendous double-handed backhand. Fair to say, Joey Wild has just got one up on him at the moment.
And just watch these hand signals, folks. You do see them. You can see Lucas Pascoe there with the open hand. It's quite common here when you've got sides that stack. Needs to be a hand signal to signify if you're going to switch sides or you're going to stay.
There it is again. George Wall really, I think he has one up on Hargreaves. This is such an interesting prospect because, as I mentioned, Wild looks like he's slightly ahead of Pascoe in the front on category. So it's close all around at the moment.
Nice speed up there from Wild to Wall.
From the Wild to the Wall. Mitchell Hargreaves to bring it in. So casual.
So casual, but so effective on that occasion was Lucas Pascoe. We've seen that challenge from Wild a number of times now. Is that the last time it's going to come off? I dare say he might not be baiting him again like that. Oh, and it's now the speed up to the right-hand side from Pascoe to Wild.
Yeah, this is good. The young gun bowling out. Takes on Hargreaves. Here we go. Pascoe starting to get involved.
Well, Hargreaves there fending for his life, just getting a paddle in the way of that one.
Oh, well read, Mitchell Hargreaves. Such a smart player, ripping it down the right side.
And we largely haven't seen too many winners off the Hargreaves paddle, but seeing a couple now in the midway part of this match, and it's coming at the most important time, Dylan, as they chase down this lead.
Oh, no way.
Oh, and he collects the net. Favourable roll, and unfortunately for Lucas Pascoe, his body's in the way of that one. Rally of the match.
Oh my goodness. Reset after reset. Pulling the trigger a little bit early there from Joey Wild.
Well, importantly, you didn't see him go at Lucas Pascoe for that one. He wanted to actually go cross court. So, interesting change of tactics. Not tempted anymore to try and test out the young fella.
This is just tantalising. The cross-dink rallies between Wall and Wild are just some of the best in Australian pickleball. I want everyone to look at just the sheer amount of topspin Joey Wild gets on his ball with his double-handed backhand cross-dink. It is outrageous. That's a great shot there from Mitchell Hargreaves, forcing the side out. 6-9-1.
Oh my goodness, the defense there from Hargreaves. And just the curvature we saw on that ball lands comfortably in.
Oh, that is very uncharacteristic for Mitchell Hargreaves. He's just had 2 great shots in a row. Followed up with a speed up into the net.
Oh, the slap back from Lucas Pascoe.
He does not care. Look how calm he is right now. Saw that opportunity, smacked it down the right. Terrific play. 9-7-1. Here we go, game point situation. And the combination of Wall and Pascoe played remarkably well. I do wonder if we'll see a timeout here on the side of Hargreaves and Wild. No, not to be. The gentlemen want to take this game on. Oh, speed up is good. The resets from Lucas Pascoe this game have been extraordinary. Outrageously good hands.
10-7-2.
Oh, it was there.
The pickleball patience required in this game, in this gold medal match. Game 1, the Australian Pickleball Championships. It's all about who blinks first right now, Dylan.
Speed up is good. Wild gets one back.
Yeah, that one just lost a bit of control off the wall paddle. He didn't mean to put it up that high, and ultimately he knew that one was going to be exploited by Wild, and it was.
Okay, 1-point game. This is a great response here from Wild and Hargreaves, and it looks like we have a timeout on the side of Lucas Pascoe and George Wall. We're going to jump into a quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. You can all get a collective breath back from this crazy game 1 here at KDV Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships. We're just completing this timeout in this game 1 of this gold medal match for the Open Men's Division here. We're looking for our next champion. Will it be a new champion in Wall and Pascoe, or will it be our defending champions in Mitchell Hargreaves and Joey Wild? We're about to see who's going into game 2 with the all-important game 1 in hand, and Wild brings us back into play now.
And the timeout used to affect Hargreaves into the net.
9-10-2.
reset. Mitchell Hargreaves, how on earth did you get that back? We have a very vocal George Wall on our hands today, Adam.
Well, it just goes to show how much he wants this championship, Dylan. Often you don't hear much from George Wall on court, but he is very competitive. And what a way to cap off your day by winning the gold and getting your name on that shield.
That's a great speed up there from Hargreaves, catching Wall off guard. Second serve at 10-10. We have 2-point pickleball. How high can we go? Joey Wild smacking that down the left. Great shot.
Well, that Franklin X40 has been hit by a Franklin paddle. And the courtside seats have seen that one scream right by them. What an angle.
Yeah, get a speedo on that one. I wonder how fast it was. Ernie is there. George Wall, easy peasy.
Well, I'm glad I didn't put $100 on Joe Wild. I did call for him, saying, guys, I would keep an eye out for him. George Wall. Timing to perfection.
Oh, no way. It's still live. Double net roll. We have danger close pickleball on display here at KDV with that firefight. The gentleman coming in for almost cuddle at the kitchen, considering how close those balls were rolling over the net. Still 10-10, Pascoe to bring it in. Ooh, here we go. And Hargreaves responds, getting himself more involved. He's been awfully consistent this second half of this game.
We've got the Hargreaves and Wild camp coming together on the left-hand side of the screen. I can see Mum and Dad. Katie Hargreaves, pink visor there. Such a huge support for her son, Mitchell. And that ball just goes straight through the middle. And a very bad miscommunication at this point in this match, Dylan.
Pressure does funny things, Adam, and we have a game point situation here for Wild and Hargreaves. He just makes it look so easy.
Well, Hargreaves and Wild should have been watching the earlier match, because backhand ATPs are just a delight to watch when they're coming off the George Wall paddle. Oh, that's a put away, Dylan. If ever I've seen a put away here on this court.
Yeah, we might have to ask our spectators in the crowd to start wearing safety gear, because that has gone flying. George Wall, what a smash. And we have another side out. A combination of Wall and Pascoe can tie things up here. They defended a game point, did very well. Everything on the line.
The finish by Wild, the rally of the match. That rally had everything from resets to ATPs to ATP defense. My goodness.
To our international viewers watching, welcome to Australian Pickleball. That was outrageous.
how bad do you want it, Dylan? How bad do you want it?
Yeah, everything on the line. Who can dig deep and pull out the clutch shots? Hargreaves and Wild have the chance here to secure this absolutely crucial game one.
And they've saved one game point there, Dylan. Can they get this service off Mitch Hargreaves' paddle here? Keep this one alive. Yes, they can.
The brick wall sitting there defending everything from Hargreaves, and Pascoe and Wall get it back. And we have a timeout here on the side of Wall and Pascoe. I don't think everyone can agree. We're happy for that, as we can all take a breather. This game has been lights out thus far. Terrific pickleball had by all. We're going to jump into a quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, and continue our game one here of the gold medal of the 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships Open Men's Division. Welcome back, everyone. We are continuing our game here, and I was just saying to Adam that this game has got something else to it. We mentioned the legacy of the Australian Pickleball Championships and how much it means to these players. And these guys are bawling out, the crowd enjoying themselves. And we hope you are at home in the Players Village and at the KDV Sports Bar and Lounge. Let's get it started. Pascoe to bring it in, 10-11.
Oh, that's why you call timeouts, just to regain your composure. Boys here on serve have just leveled the scoreline, 11-11. Got to win by 2 here.
Oh, bodied. Hargreaves flinging that up high. George Wall had his paddle ready, but it was just a little bit higher than he anticipated.
He just sent that ball supersonic, did George Wall.
Side out again. Give me your prediction, Adam. How high are we going here?
Can we get to the 20s?
I'm going to say 15-13. That's my guess. And that has gone long, the net roll. Lucas Pascoe's resets have been legendary in this game one. Highlight after highlight. He's getting a lower percentage of the ball, is Pascoe, but oh man, when he does get them, he makes them count. Second serve up. Yep, and that's can be the problem, what happens with switching. Pascoe moving to the right side, Hargreaves recognizing it, smacking at him. We have a game point situation here for Hargreaves and Wild. Oh, Joey Wild secures it. And what an insane game one here, ladies and gentlemen. Adam, cool man, that was a good one.
Mate, that was such an incredible spectacle for game one of this gold medal match in the Opens Men's Division at the 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships. We're going to need to take a little moment, I think, in the commentary booth and just regain our own composure, because heading into game two, it's going to be just as explosive as game one, Dylan. I can't wait. Stay tuned. We're going to be coming back for more live action after a little break.
All your life you strive, trusting your experience, pushing yourself to perform. It's no surprise that you expect the same from your investments. For over 25 years, Trilogy Funds has been trusted by investors to maximize income while preserving capital. So, for income performance, invest with Trilogy Funds.
And welcome back to the 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships. Game 2 of this gold medal match is underway.
And if you've just tuned in, ladies and gentlemen, we have had an absolute screamer of a game. Of our first one going in the way of Wild and Hargreaves. Game 2 here. Wild and Pascoe must secure the second one. And Lucas Pascoe has had multiple slapping opportunities like that. He just looks so calm about it, just not even involved. Puts it away with ease.
Mitch Hargreaves just looking at himself, shrugging his shoulders, not knowing how that one's landed inside the baseline. That's talent for you, Dylan.
Yep. And these guys have bucket loads of it. Oh, shoulder check attempt. Goes long, and we've saw plenty of that in game 1. I'm curious to see how... I was about to say make a Curious George joke, but no, we'll refer to Joey and Mitchell. They did cop a lot of speed ups. We'll see how they go in game 2. Can they secure this medal? Another speed up.
Interesting choice selection there by George Wall. I think that's the first time I've seen him try that double-handed down the line to Mitch Hargreaves. Very much more comfortable just in the cross-court dink battle. You're going to see a lot more of that with Joey Wild. And again, he goes for the speed up to Hargreaves. Interesting.
Yeah, as I was mentioning, it's a trend we're seeing here, and Hargreaves recognizing it immediately, putting that one away. Oh, good luck getting that one back. The net popping it up, and George Wall putting it away.
Well, the net getting involved is unfavourable for some, but George Wall very favourable for him.
Oh, it's gone wide. Jumping George. And we've got to say, George has had some injury concerns in the past 2 or 3 years. He does not look it at all.
No, he's very nimble. Unfortunately, his back has caused him some concern, but he's been playing pretty much injury-free for at least the last 12 months. And such a thrill to have him out on court because he brings just so much.
That's great. We all want George to do well on the courts. Oh, good speed up, paddle up, got caught. Hargreaves happy to take this firefight to George Wall.
And that ball was sent way too high from Wall to Wild, and Wild took it out. Out of play.
Oh, mate, I might have to get my eyes checked because that was an absolute blur. 4-0. Dare I say, those first 4 points were quite fast, Adam. How is that even possible? Those resets from these gentlemen are insane.
Well, you've been not overly complimentary, sorry, but you've been all over this with Lucas Pascoe. His reset ability has been phenomenal in this match.
And if anyone thinks that these gentlemen are holding back, I can guarantee you they are not. The sheer velocity and pace from this ball Oh, be hard to be a referee in these games, Adam. How do you keep up?
Interesting sort of semi-speed up there from Lucas Pascoe, and just see now that Captain George Wall of the Fast Fours calls his young charge and Lucas Pascoe in for a timeout now, just before things get out of hand for this second game. This all-important second game, I should say, Dylan, because in game one, it was a 12-10 scoreline to Joey and Mitch in this gold medal match, and it's go time now when they come back from this timeout, Dylan.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a tricky one, right? Because Lucas Pascoe is playing out of his skin. As I mentioned earlier on, he hasn't had that many opportunities. George is playing very well too. It's just the sheer offense from Hargreaves and Joey Wild. It's hard to beat. If you do have something that's even slightly off, they're going to put it away.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more offensive weapons off the Hargreaves paddle, and not that he doesn't have lots of them, he just hasn't had many opportunities. I mean, between George Wall and Joey Wild, there seems to be a real dink-dong battle between the two. I'm loving what you're seeing from Joey Wild. When you see those two hands go on that handle, you know there's going to be a lot of top spin coming off that ball.
Joey gets a glint in his eye, and you know, okay, trouble's coming. He fires up so quickly. I give up.
Well, there was amazement in the crowd. You would have heard it through the microphones for just this defensive effort by Lucas Pascoe. It's one hell of a performance.
Yep, that's gone. We refer to Sarah Burr as the queen of resetting, Adam, but I think Lucas Pascoe might be coming for that throne. He is playing out of his skin, but it's not reflecting the scoreboard. His opposition are sitting comfortably.
As Hargreaves and Wild regain service here, 6-1 up. It's danger signs now for Wall and Pascoe. Gonna have to put in some solid defense from here on out. Not a bad effort there by Pascoe.
Yeah, he's got a big shovel out there, mate. Just keeps digging away, somehow getting all of these balls back. That one just going a little bit long. And the wind has more or less completely died down at him. As a result, this is just pure pickleball. And don't we love it?
Oh, the defense, another ATP. Tick them off the list, folks. You're seeing everything you could ever want for in this match.
Swatted away. Mitchell Hargreaves reading that perfectly, tackling it on the tape.
Well, this looks really hard to stop now for Wall and Pascoe.
Oh, we have a bug on the court. Official Tredenik just asking Joey Wild for pest control. He's just swatting it off the court.
Yeah, I think we might need the delicate hands of George Wall. He handled it differently when he took the bug off the court. Oh, masterful stroke there from Joe Wild. And the defense mid-court from Hargreaves there. Almost just these body checks with these slicey backhands, just the last line of defense. Such desperation.
That's gone long.
And a solid job there from Hargreaves not to get baited by that one and jump in its way. And we've got a timeout called here for Wall and Pascoe. 9-1 down in this all-crucial Game 2 of this gold medal match. Game 1, of course, taken out by Wild and Hargreaves. We're going to take a quick breather ourselves, I reckon, Dylan, and get ourselves strapped in for the rest of this Game 2 when we come back from this timeout at the 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships. We have a gold medal point on display here for Wild and Hargreaves. And they get it with a highlight. Hargreaves has secured a back-to-back Australian Pickleball Championship with his partner, Joey Wild. These two have played incredibly well. This was a battle of the right sides, with Hargreaves and Lucas Pascoe having multiple crazy defensive efforts. For Joey Wild, he was elite as per usual. Well-deserved gold medal. Second gold medal for this event thus far. And dare I say, he may be sniffing a crown. We are going to have a brief break, ladies and gentlemen, as Adam Hall is going to grab the gentleman for an interview. Before we do that, this will be our final broadcast for the evening as well. I'd like to thank you all very much for day 4 here of APC. Adam and I have had a great time. Dave, the broadcaster's dancing. He's happy, ready for dinner, mate. But thank you so much for all our viewers in the Players Village, as well as KDV Sports Bar and Lounge. And at home, we hope you've had yourself a lovely day, and we'll be back live tomorrow to continue the action here at KDV Sports.
And gentlemen, welcome back to the 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships. Well, what a gold medal match we've just seen in the open division for the men's. I'm standing with our winners, Mitchell Hargreaves and Joey Wild. And ladies and gentlemen, I need to let you know that these were our defending champions. They've just gone back-to-back here, live on Show Court. Well done, boys. And Mitch, that was one heck of a game. I mean, like the defensive efforts there from Lucas Pascoe, your defensive efforts too. Ultimately, in that game too, it was a bit of a blowout, but by no means was this not a close match. What did you think of it?
Oh, I loved it. I loved being a part of it. Thought I was playing pretty well, considering I never usually play right. But I told Joey I hit the practice courts. For a couple of days, I practiced right, and I'm feeling good on it.
And Joey Wild, well, you're akin to picking up gold medals in this Australian Pickleball Championships. Yesterday, of course, you were with Doc Martin. So tell me what this means to you, though, to defend your title and be a back-to-back doubles champion with this young man in Mitch Hargreaves.
Yeah, this time last year, this was my first tournament, actually, when I moved back to Australia. And the vibe here is great, and, you know, it's the biggest tournament in Australia. So to win this one is a huge honour. And that match was just really high-level pickleball. That was a really fun match, and I appreciate George and Lucas playing so well. That was a match I wish I could play every single day. So it was a fun one, but it's good to get gold.
And tell us about your support, Mitch. I always see your parents, and Katie's in the crowd here, and Dad's there as well. I met him earlier. Tell us a bit about them, their support, and you know, I learned earlier this year that you've originally picked up this sport over in Hawaii, and you're back in Australia now. So tell me about your family support and what that means to you.
Yeah, well, I originally picked it up from my family friends back in Hawaii, and ever since then, I think my mom's been hooked on it almost more than me. So there's a 2-year hiatus where I actually stopped playing pickleball. Mom kept going and got me back into it. So I guess I've heard a thing for that. And she's always at these events competing herself. Whereas for my dad, he doesn't always come, but he's here today, so it's a special occasion.
Amazing. And Joey, I believe your mum's in the crowd too. What would you like to say to your mum, who's obviously supporting you? And she probably hasn't seen you play at too many tournaments, I'd say.
Yeah, I love you, Mum. She watches when she can. She gets really nervous when I'm playing, but she's a big support. Obviously, my wife as well. She gets nervous, but she's the best. So it's fun having them in the crowd. And
also, big shout out to my girlfriend who's here. Brought her own chair for the occasion. She's always with me, so she actually looks after me. So kind of have to give this, half to her as well. So, yeah.
Well, you've just broken 1 million hearts, boys. You're taken. So thanks for telling everyone the bad news. Well, congratulations, though. You're gold medalists. You've taken them home. So a thorough well done from us. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing the medal presentation next. Thank you so much for all your attendance, and thank you everyone on the live broadcast from the 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships. Good on you, boys. Thank you.